I am the good one. I am the best. I care not what those scientists say. They're wrong, 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 wrong. I am the good one. Aren't I? I am a nervous wreck, as long as I can remember. I've suffered from constant paranoia. If you ask my parents, they tell you an entirely different story. According to them, I was calm, cool, and collected as a child. They say it wasn't until I was around 12 when the way that I carried myself drastically changed. I don't remember much back then. I was walking home from a bar in my hometown of Toronto, Canada. I kept stumbling a bit since I was drunk that night and couldn't drive. Last December, a storm dumped 5 inches of snow over town. Everything in sight was white and frosty. On my way to the post office, I saw a medium-sized cat, muscular and heavy for its appearance and size. Its ears were very large, open wide and upright, much like the ears of a bat. The eyes were set wide and around them a slight slant at the upper corners, lemon-shaped by most accounts. The widely set eyes and the wide open roundness of the eyes given the cat an approachable, friendly appearance. There is no specific color expected of the eyes, and can vary. Its cheekbones, meanwhile, are promptant, giving this breed a regardlessness that brings the mind of Egyptian cats of lore. The whisker pads are full, the pads of the feet. Also, I described it as a pot belly. This is expected characteristic of the cat to not be discouraged, especially since the cat, hearty appetite, had a very high metabolism. As I approached the lamp post, I could see in the distance that it was a sphinx. I couldn't help but feeling worried about the situation. It was bitterly cold and the temperature was dipping into the negatives. The cat was pacing around the lamppost, almost desperately, as if waiting for someone. I am so tired. Where am I? I can't tell. It's so wet. It's too cold too. Too cold, and I don't like it. And who's this? This feeling. Why do I have it? Why do I suddenly feel so ice cold? Why I am even here? Concerned about this welfare, I decided to take it into my house and rehome it comfortably. It wasn't ideal, as I had never had any experience with pets before, but at least it would stop suffering in the cold, and it would be provided with food and a place to sleep. I cut the rope and tied it and then took it in, and then did posters on the lampposts and fences around town saying, "Lost cat found," with the additional contact details. The cat did not like to eat very much, and when it did eat, however, it swallowed its food whole in large chunks. This prompted me to cut up the food into smaller bits to prevent it from choking. During the day, it would pace around my house and jump on my furniture, meowing and purring, but during the night, it would always come to my room and sit in front of my bed. It seemed to be a well-learned bit of a habit. If I didn't get it let into my bedroom, it would continually scratch on my door until I gave in and opened it. On the first night, it stayed in my room. I was woken up by the sound. I wasn't sure whether it was actually scratching, dragging, or scraping. I figured the source of the noise was probably my grandfather, slowly dragging his psyche amongst the hardwood floor, coming home from helping an old man McGrady with the farm work. I sat up a little, and the noise stopped. I nearly had a heart attack when I saw 2 green, shiny eyes staring at me from the darkness. They were wide open and glowed like a phosphorus. A heartbeat later, I calmed down a little and I realized that it was just only the cat. But it still felt extremely uncomfortable, being pinned down by those eyes in the dead of the night. I lay down and tried my best to dismiss it, constantly eyeing the silhouette peering through the foot of my bed. Even though I felt cowardly 5-year-old, I didn't want to close my eyes, knowing that another pair of eyes was watching me as I slept. Half a minute later, the eyes relaxed a little, and I saw the cat blink and move, and it started to stroll naturally around the room again. So I brushed it off and went to sleep. But every night or so after that, I would wake up to do the same thing, fading, dragging noises. Every time I woke up, I would find the cat staring straight at me. But then it would break eye contact and walk away once it realized I was conscious. I found the behavior slightly strange, but I reckoned it, as it was just shy and just wanted to observe some human behavior rather than falling snow for a change. Besides, cats are nocturnal animals, right? He looked so peaceful, like a human of work of art. If only he understand. If only he had felt my pain. If they stop, if they only quit, but it's always the same. Humans are monsters, but somehow this one managed to comfort me. But why? Why did he love me? Why does he care? I'm nothing more than a bad omen, a devil, a mistake. But at the same time, this one cared. The question is, how many more like him are there? My house came with a cat flap at the front door, and the landlord had a cat. I could let this cat in and out of the house freely. It didn't attack the neighborhood pets or vandalize property. It didn't even bite people or bring any dead birds and rats. It didn't even leave piss and shit in the house. My cat was a good cat. It had been a month, but nobody had called to claim the cat. I decided legitimately to make it mine, and gave it a new name, Georgie. I wasn't sure whether Georgie was a male or female, but it didn't really matter much to me. The act of naming him or her itself encountered a bonding ritual, a gateway to a beautiful friendship between two different species, forced by mutual care. From then on, Georgie was my source of comfort. When my exams weren't going well, when I was having a bad day, or when I had an argument, I'd always tell Georgie, even though he was just a cat, and probably don't understand the bullshit I was going through. Or even for my language, for a matter of fact, I could always count on him to cheer me up. Things were getting weird around the time Georgie had been taken in. I kept questioning everything I had, because at first, I reckoned the strange occurrences were due to my own carelessness. Some days when I arrived home, the door would be unlocked. It seemed odd, because I always locked the door when I went out, and rarely forgot to do so. I suspected a burglary, but my second guess often myself. Perhaps the burglar had gotten a hold of my spare keys. I checked the garage, but they were still where I put them. Furthermore, nothing bad had been stolen. I had once left two $50 notes blankly visible on my desk, but they haven't been taken. That's why I was hesitant to call the police. The scariest thing greeted me when I woke up in the morning one day. I felt sick. I have a headache. Is there anything for that? Maybe something for humans? Maybe it worked for me too. I have some emotions. I am not too different from them. After all, no matter how much it pains me to say so, some of them in the world. Huh? Someone's entering my room? That sick feeling got stronger. The person smells familiar. Is it a homeless man? No. It's not a homeless man. It feels so strange to be a homeless man. Wait, there's something in the air. It smells horrible. A putrid stench. It's too wet to be a homeless man. The hair isn't like garbage, and there is a wet dog smell. Someone who owns a dog, or has a job of walking dogs, that explains this stench, I guess. But there's something behind all that is so familiar. It practically drills itself into my mind, and into my fear, it seems. Where is he? Is he breaking in? Is there something I couldn't see? Why not? I'm strong enough to handle it. I'm strong enough to handle anything. A note was left beside my pillow, with a written, messy, screwy handwriting I did not recognize. It read, "Get rid of your cat. It's not worth the purr." I suddenly panicked and wondered who it was. All the windows had been locked tightly before I had gone to sleep, and I locked the doors too. Checked everything twice. There couldn't be any intruder. Then I remembered. There was the only one living thing in the house besides me. But surely Georgie couldn't have written it. It must have been my crazy imagination. Obviously, I knew cats don't know English and couldn't write. Was I dreaming? Was I going insane? Shit, you must be joking, I murmured to myself. But if it wasn't Georgie, then who was it? Was I hallucinating? Was there no evidence of a break-in? If I showed the police, they'd just think I was seeking an attention note forger who had nothing better to do than to prank them. But I was sure I had not written that note. There was no way out of it. Hours of sweat dripping fear later, and after checking all the windows and doors had been locked a couple times, I told myself that I would play along with it, to give myself some comfort. At least if it was a dream, I would waken up and curse myself for being so stupid and gullible. But for now, I would believe it, because it was the only explanation. I spoke to Georgie in English, feeling stupid. "Don't scare me like that, Georgie, okay? You know I'm a faint of heart." He just meowed back. He wasn't going to communicate with me verbally. Well, he's a cat after all. So I figured that it would be easier if I wrote the message back on the paper. It would allow me for some distance. "Who are you? Why are you telling me to get rid of Georgie?" I wrote. I left it by my bed. The next day, after helping my dad pull fish nets on the boat, I finally grew the balls to tell him about the incident with the break-in. He said if I was right, I would have told him about the letter, that I thought Georgie must have wrote it. He paused for a moment, and then smiled, and then starts laughing. I didn't know why my dad was having such a laughing fit. "Ah, good one, my son. You really thought your cat of yours had written that letter. Everyone knows that a cat doesn't have thumbs, but really, who wrote that letter?" "Dad, it's the truth. I found it by my pillow yesterday." He then looked at me dead in the eyes with a puzzled look. "You feeling all right? 'Cause you're telling it with such a bunch of weird tales." I knew it was no use, but he'll never believe me. I thought my parents should listen to their kids, but I was wrong. I was on my own now. Matthew, 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 Matthew. The name is so easy to say, it rolls off my tongue as easily as mine. I could feel it burning in my brain. I know that name. Why do I know that name? Someone was convinced that my cat was trying to kill me, but I didn't believe in what that asshole says. As long as he stays the hell away from Georgie, we'll be safe. He keeps telling me through emails saying that cats have Toxoplasma gondii, and that Georgie was trying to take control of me through the brain parasite. I screamed at my computer monitor, telling those anti-cat people to leave us alone, and threw my computer violently across the room, breaking into pieces. No, 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 no. Oh, I remember now. I remember it all. Now, I don't remember this. I refuse to believe I am just a bad omen. I have my emotions. I have fought. I had to suffice. I believe them. I believe in those stupid humans. I believed and they cared. I am just as stupid as them. They're not scientists. They're vipers. All of them. It's been days now, and everything went dead silent. All the threatening emails and letters stopped. I don't know how long it's been for, but rest for assured that it won't be long until I move out of the house and move into another country. I'm packing up my stuff now. This place is filled with hatred. Every night I see people outside my home, glaring from my window with those devil eyes. I can't stay. I had to go. It's the only way. It's the only way for Georgie to stay safe. But what if they follow me to my new home? What if something bad happens to Georgie? And how could I prove to anyone that someone was stalking me. How? I remember now, oh so vividly. But no matter how many times I run through my head, it seems like a story. I am Georgie. I am myself. I am not a demon. I realizing that I'm pushing my dear owner's limits, but I don't care. It's best if someone knows that I'm thinking. I have to get out. All the pent-up anger. I can't hold it back any longer. I'm officially done giving a damn. I am the good one. I am the best. I don't care what scientists say. They're wrong, 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 wrong. I am the good one, aren't I? No matter how many times I say it, I can't still convince myself if it's true. And that, my pretties, was I Am Not a Demon. A feels pasta written by TheDarkCat97. My final thoughts on this story. Well, this is actually a feels pasta, so there's not really any scary stuff that happened in this story. But I definitely would have to say that I was requested by this by Dark Cat himself, I believe sometime in 2020 or last year. I remember he did send this story to me, so I bookmarked it, and I've almost forgot about this story until I decided to see if I could find some decent good stories, and this one I honestly saw and decided, you know what, I'll give it a read. So I definitely have to say it's a good feels pasta. Although I definitely could say it's not scary or anything like that, I do find the story to have a good concept as well as the good grammar, the good sentence structuring. Basically, the storyline seems like an interesting concept. Someone owning a cat and then some threatening email saying, oh, get rid of the cat or something. I mean, it's honestly not scary, but I definitely would have to say it kind of is messed up if you think of it that way. Now, I honestly decided to read this story because I finally decided to have the time to take a look at it, and it's pretty good for a feels pasta. So, I mean, I really was able to read this without any problems. It's very readable, as well as a good concept for the story. I do like the grammar and all that. I know I'm repeating myself, but I definitely would have to say to Dark Cat, you did an awesome job with this story. I mean, I honestly had fun narrating this story, and I do plan to read more of your stories. I know I haven't read any of your other stories in like a while, but if you have any other stories that you wrote that you would like me to narrate, feel free to send them to me in the comments below because I like to see them because I honestly do enjoy your creepypastas. God, I'm gonna have to read more of these because I've just been so busy and I just haven't had time to do so. But yeah. Anyways, I do find the concept to be good. I mean, I do wish maybe I think I do have a theory as to, about getting rid of Georgia, why people are telling them that. I have a feeling that maybe the cat was bad luck or something, or maybe it was some demon inside the cat. But yet again, I mean, the possibilities are, all over the place. So I can't really know for sure if it's the case. But yet again, I mean, who really knows, to be honest? Like, it's quite possible. But all we could do right now is just have some theories as to why that's the case. So, yeah. Like I'm going to say, this is just simply my own personal opinion. And if you happen to disagree with me, that is perfectly fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions regards to these creepypastas, and this is just simply my own personal thoughts. My final rating of the story is a 10 out of 10. A pretty good feels pasta. It's definitely a good one. I mean, I could definitely say that it actually has a really amazing concept and amazing, storyline and all that. But I definitely would have to say it's a pretty good story. And I recommend you guys check this out. This is on the Geoshia Lost Episode Wiki. I don't go on that wiki very much anymore because most of the stories, they're kind of suck. Although there are some, There are some decent stories that, manage to do something good, like, for example, Matthew Bumford stories, and Dark Cat stories. And I mean, there's other people that made decent stories, but I don't usually go on the Geoshia Lost Episode Wiki anymore because of that. That's just me, though. I mean, you guys might have your own opinions, but I guess that's just here or there. Anyways, what did you guys think about this Phil's pasta? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what we have done personally to help make this story a lot better. Feel free to leave me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. And if you're new to this channel, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe because I make brand new videos every single day. Don't forget to ring the notification bell when I upload so that way you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, please roll the outro because I'm out.